What is prenatal care? Prenatal care means care of woman during pregnancy. What are the objectives of prenatal care? Promote, protect and maintain the health of pregnant mother. Second one is detect and manage high risk cases. In high risk cases, we can detect any cases with hypertension, we can say preeclampsia, multiple pregnancies. So we can detect and we can manage earliest as possible. Then reduce maternal and infant mortality and morbidity. It is also one of the important objective to reduce maternal and infant mortality and morbidity. Then educate mother about nutrition, hygiene, child care and family planning. So we can educate and explain the mother about the nutrition, hygiene, about the child care and also family planning. So these are the objectives of prenatal care. Now come to the next, prenatal visits. It is also important. We have to tell with the mother, we have to tell the antenatal mothers. In this, ideally, how much visit should be there? Ideally, 7 in first 7 months, then twice, 2 in 8 months, then 4. We can say once a week in a 9 months. So these are the ideal visits. Then minimum 4 visits are recommended. If ideal visit is not possible, then minimum 4 visits must be there. First visit as soon as the pregnancy is suspected, second 26 weeks, third 32 weeks, fourth 36 weeks. So these are the recommended visits, 4 visits as per the WHO. Now come to the next, why early registration is required? Assess the health status of the mother, identify and manage high risk cases, estimate EDD, expected date of delivery, more accurately. Start the regular dose of folic acid during first trimester. Now, what are the prenatal services? It includes history, physical examination, laboratory examination, high risk approach, iron folic acid and necessary medications, tetanus toxoid immunization and health education. In history, we can take the history, personal history of the mother, family history, if any disease occur in family member, any surgery had occurred. Then we can also menstrual history. We can also take the menstrual history, age of menarche and menstrual regularity or irregularity. Then second point, physical examination. In physical examination, what we have to, in this, generally height, weight, initially height may be the cause. If the height is less than 5 feet, so it may be the cause of contracted pelvis, and further maybe the cause of difficult labor. Then weight, usually at first visit and subsequent visit, we should take the, we should take the weight of the mother. Normally 10 to 12 kg weight, total 10 to 12 kg weight in pregnancy, total duration. If more weight gain is occur, then we can suspect any multiple pregnancy or polyhydramnias and other condition. Now we will discuss these laboratory areas later. Now come to the main, as we have discussed personal history, family history, medical history, menstrual history, obstetric history, or history of present pregnancy. This is also, I have told, physical examination, height and weight, blood pressure also. Blood pressure also. If the blood pressure is more than 140 by 90 mmHg, there may be risk. So regularly at every visit we should measure the blood pressure. The mother, antenatal mother. Paler, if the skin is paler, then we can suspect the mother may be anemic. The respiration if more than 30, that may be the high risk. And general edema and puffiness of it, this is the indication of preeclampsia. Now come to the abdominal examination. This is important part of prenatal care. Abdominal examination. Abdominal examination, what are the aims of abdominal examination? Observe sign of pregnancy. We have to observe the sign of pregnancy, such as stretch marks on the abdomen. Then measure abdominal girth and fundal height. During pregnancy we measure the abdominal girth. It should be below 100. If more than 100, it is abnormal. And also fundal height. We measure the fundal height from the symphysis pubis to the, it is the distance between symphysis pubis to the uterine fundus. Then determine fetal lie, presentation and engagement. During abdominal examination, we can determine also fetal high, presentation and engagement. We will discuss later. Then detect any deviation from normal. So these are the aims of abdominal examination. Now, what are the methods of abdominal examination? First is inspection, palpation and then auscultation. Mainly three methods we use for abdominal examination. Firstly, inspection. In inspection, what we observe, size and shape of uterus. In this, if the uterus is broad, then we can say it may be transverse lie. And if the uterus is long, then we can say is the longitudinal lie. Just we have to observe only. The second, presence of the scar, stretch gravidum, linea nigra. In picture we can see these are the stretch marks, stretch gravidum that occurs during pregnancy. And one more marks from the umbilicus to the symphysis pubis. It may be higher up to the gyphoid. This is linea nigra. So we have to observe by the inspection. Then observe for fetal movement. So what are when the fetal movements occur, we can observe through the inspection. Then next method is palpation. In palpation, symphysis fundal height. As I have told, it is the distance from the symphysis pubis to the uterine fundus. How to measure this? place tape measure from midpoint of the symphysis pubis over the curve of the uterus to the highest point of uterus. This is the picture how to measure the fundal height. Or this picture shows the how the fundal height increases as the gestational period is progressive. Now come to the next. In palpation include Leopold maneuvers. The Leopold maneuvers, in this there are 4. First maneuver, this is fundal grip. In this what we have to measure or how to measure, place both hands over the fundus and content of the fundus is determined. This is the fundal grip. If in this fundal grip, if we found round or hard mass, it indicates fetal head. If we feel in fundal grip small, irregular, that may be the buttocks. This is fundal grip, this picture. Then second umbilical grip, the second maneuver, how to perform, how to measure, move both hands in a downward direction from the fundus along side of the uterus. This is the picture, umbilical grip. What we found if in the side round or hard regular surface we feel, then this is a fetal back. In other hand, if we find the irregular small lumpy surface, that is limbs. So this is the second maneuver. Then third maneuver, first, it is also known as first pelvic grip. How to palpate, how to perform, place thumb and fingers of the right hand wipe apart over the suprapubic area. This is third maneuver, first pelvic grip. In this, what we observe, engagement or floating of the fetus. Then fourth maneuver, second pelvic grip, how to perform, move fingers of the both hands gently down the sides of the uterus towards the pubis. This is the fourth maneuver and second pelvic grip. So these are the Leopold maneuver. Now third method of the abdominal examination, auscultation. By the auscultation, what we observe, what we assess, we auscultate with the Pinard stethoscope or Doppler machine. This is the device. By this we use the auscultation method to hear the fetal sound, fetal heart rate, like this. This is Pinard stethoscope. So how to perform, place the Doppler transducer or Pinard stethoscope over the fetal bag closer to the cephalic pole, like this. So normally fetal heart beat is 110 to 160 beats per minute. So this is the third method of abdominal examination, auscultation. Okay, thank you very much.